I'll probably not know that I'm live. No, I can't click on it. It's just there to let me know. You go. If it says live in the corner, that means it's live, right? Oh, yeah. So.
We'll be back here shortly. Stick around. This break brought to you by Stevens Inn, Tate Bryan Shadowplex, CNB Bank, Kaleidos Scoops, Ice Cream, and more, and Albertsons Market. Crystal.
Clear.
It's halftime. Just a heads up.
Okay. I'll do the halftime opener.
Perfect. Thank you.
Rock. Do you want me to play a few commercials and let you know when I go back to the stadium? You got a minute and 30. 12 seconds. Are y'all there? Hello?
Hello?
Are you there? Hello? Okay.
Yep.
I put another commercial. I'll give it.
Oh, I saw 13 seconds, but I didn't hear anything. So
Yeah, I couldn't hear you guys there for a minute, so
yeah, we're muted when it's
I kept saying
halftime.
hi a while ago. Oh, okay. So, okay. I got 7 seconds.
All right, folks, welcome back here at Ralph Boyer Stadium. It's halftime. We've got the band doing their thing. And so far, we've seen a strong performance by the Cavemen. It's 27-8, and the Cavemen have really shown a lot of confidence in their team. I think the coaching staff tonight has done a lot of things that usually you're like, what are they doing? And not in a way that's negative, more in a way of like, we've never just seen it. An onside kick after the initial score, which happened pretty early, Ruben. They got that to work out. They did some trick plays on a fourth down, or one trick play on a fourth down that turned into a touchdown. And it's just not things that we're used to seeing, but it's working for the Cavemen. And what's cool about that is it just opens up a few more options for that Cavemen offense as we move forward. And of course, the special teams, which has been super strong this year for the Cavemen. They've accounted for, I want to say that the special teams has accounted for a minimum of about, 19 points, 18 points?
I was going to say at least 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy. But
They've done well.
done a great job. Like I said, like you just said, they're playing with a lot of confidence. And the defense, really just one play is the only reason they have 8 points for Clovis, because we've pretty much shut them down except for that one play that got them in the end zone. But right now it could easily be 27-0.
No, absolutely. So the Cavemen defense only had one mistake, and that cost them a touchdown. And then they let up a 2-point conversion on a very interesting play that Clovis had drawn up, but it worked out for them. So obviously, if it works, your coach looks like a genius. And in this case, it looked like that was the case. So we got about 7 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the halftime show. The Cavemen band just completed their show, and it was pretty dang solid, really cool. It was what looks like a spaceship formation out on the field, and there's stars and things like that included in this. So it's a space theme. I think it's called like Out of This World, which is really neat as well. But guys, we're going to see what the Cavemen can do and pack a punch in the second half. A huge win for the Cavemen would be tonight, especially in a district matchup. They need tonight's win to really kick off their campaign for the playoffs, and we'll see what they can do with it. So, guys, be back with us here in just a minute. Here in about 10 minutes, we'll be back for the second half of the game.
Clear.
How much?
2 seconds.
Oh, 2 minutes. Okay. All right, guys, we're getting ready for the second half as the Cavemen lead 27-8. We got 45 seconds left here before we get things started off. Lennon Annanen's going to kick things off for the Cavemen. He has had pretty solid night, did miss one extra point, and so, of course, he'd like to have that one back, but Ruben, we talked about it, and something that I definitely want to ask Coach about is halftime, how he keeps the boys loose, because we saw Clovis go out there and do some kind of like wake-up, warm-up type of warm-ups, mostly just like light jogging, some active stretching, those types of things, but we didn't see the Cavemen do it. And so, you know, they're probably, I'm guessing, doing it on the turf in the field house because they do have space to do that, so I don't know.
Where the batting cages are?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
exactly
the biggest area that they could do something like that. Just light jog, just to kind of get loose.
Exactly.
I feel like you sit for 20 minutes and you can get stale if you're not moving around a little bit.
All right, guys, we're getting things started. If you're just joining us, 27-8, the Cavemen looking good tonight. And we've seen some pretty solid passes from Marley Munoz tonight. Of course, the star has continued to be Brock Bright for most of this year. And tonight is no exception to that rule, Ruben. He has been hard to pull down from the Wildcats. He has accounted for one of the touchdowns tonight, but a lot of the yards on the ground.
Yeah, I think what he brings so much to the table is hard-nosed running, but also it opens up the passing lane because you can't just key on just him because they can pass the ball if that happens.
Exactly. So here's the kick from Annanen's, and this is going to go deep. Oh, they're going to catch it. They're going to try and take this one back. He's at the 10-yard line. He's got some guys to beat. He's at the 20-yard line. He's going to get brought down. So he earned himself about one extra yard without letting that go into the end zone and being a touchback for 20. He decided to run it, and he got 21. So, Ruben, I guess right there, that's a win for Clovis because as long as you don't get less than a touchback on a play like that, you're just kind of playing with, you know, just house money.
I still like the high school football way that they do the kickoffs way better than the pros. The pros, I just don't like that at all, and that's another story.
Totally different. Yeah. 11 minutes, 54 seconds, folks. We get things started here. Him shotgun with nobody in the backfield, and he fakes the handoff to Ochoa. He's going to get about 10 yards before getting pulled down. Pretty nice run there from the starting quarterback for the Wildcats. Jimenez has had a tough time tonight off and on, but he does have a nice touchdown pass and a couple of good, solid rushing plays for the Wildcats.
And a cocky little drink some water on the sideline.
All right. I guess we're dwelling on that now. 11 minutes, 35 seconds, 27-8. The Cavemen have been working well offensively and, of course, defensively. Not anything new here. Jimenez fakes the handoff, holds on to it. He's still on his feet. He's going to break out to the left. He's got room. It doesn't look like anybody's going to catch him. He's at the 30, the 20, a touchdown for the Wildcats on a QB keep. That looked like a semi-broken play for the Wildcats, and the Cavemen just could not catch up to Jimenez, who just had
some speed.
takeoff speed.
Yeah.
Wow, what a play there for the quarterback from Clovis. And right there, you really change the tone of this game from the Cavemen look really good, and they look like they're kind of set to start and possibly going on a bit of a cruise, to we got to tighten things up and lock it in because we're only up by a score. And here's a 2-point conversion attempt. Jimenez passes it into the end zone, and it's going to be a good one to Guiterres for 2. And if there's anything Clovis is good at tonight, it's 2-point conversions.
Yeah, that's for sure. So after that,
4 points on 2-point conversions tonight. And I know that's like, well, yeah, that's just 2, but that's both of their attempts. So
yeah. And
efficient.
That's more than half of a touchdown. Anyways,
it is.
I think that that he does one more play like that, and he's worthy of doing the water bottle on the sideline thing. But
I mean, yeah, you start to kind of feel like, well, this kid has something a little bit different. He is
special, yeah.
Definitely very fast. And you saw right there, he continued to pull away as he went towards the end zone. And yeah, lots of speed there for Jimenez. 11 minutes and 13 seconds, which means that Clovis was able to score within 50 seconds of the first half or second half starting. And of course, that is not what the Cavemen expected here early in this second half. So the Cavemen trying to strike back on their own. It's 27-16. The Wildcats pull it within 11.
I guess you can't not expect an onside kick just to try to get the ball back right away. But
exactly. Well, he looks like he's far back enough for it not to be an onside kick, but we'll see what it ends up being. It is an onside kick. It's going to be a fair catch and a nice secure catch by Drake Escamilla. He, I believe, was on the court tonight.
Yeah, I think he was a homecoming king for early college.
No, for the Cavemen.
Yeah, I think he was the king. Yeah.
So Drake Escamilla ended up bringing in that catch and winning homecoming king. So
he's not doing too bad.
No, he's having a good night. That's for sure. So 11 minutes, 13 seconds. Cavemen 27, Wildcats 16. And the Cavemen going to take over here offensively. Marley Munoz has been good in the passing game for the Cavemen and on the ground as well. Any broken play could result in some positive yardage for the Cavemen when Munoz has the ball. He's going to pitch this one to Colton McKibben, who's here on off, make a play here. He is fast and he can move side to side well. Very agile, big kid. And right there, it looked like he could have been stopped with about a 2-yard gain, ended up with about an 8-yard gain. And he's probably going to come off of the field right here offensively and tell Coach, did you just see what I did? You got to give me the ball more. And he's actually going to stay out on the field now.
He's like Rudy on Notre Dame, on the movie Rudy, where he's like,
for
stay on the field. Yeah.
Where he's way bigger, stronger, and
so the
athletic.
opposite.
So not even a good comparison there. But 10 minutes, 30 seconds here, and the Cavemen have Colton McKibben lining up, looks like tight end position. He's in motion now. They're going to have him act like he was going to get the ball there, and looks like there was a fumble here, and I lost the ball there. It looked like it was supposed to be with Brock Wright, but it doesn't look like it ever got to him, and Clovis jumped on it right away.
That's a huge play for them.
That is.
Coming back with 8 points in the first not even a minute in the first part of the second half.
Exactly. So Clovis kind of trying to do what the Cavemen started out doing in the first half, really in the first quarter. They scored right away and then got the ball back on an onside kick. Clovis scored right away and got the ball back on a turnover on a Caveman fumble. So this all within 2 minutes starting. Jimenez, obviously an extra threat now in the second half, as we didn't see him do anything quite like what he did on that breakaway touchdown run just now. But they hand the ball off to Ochoa, and he's taken down short of the first down, or short of the line of scrimmage, I'm sorry. So that's going to be a loss of a couple of yards. It's going to be 2nd and 12. 10 minutes, 6 seconds on the clock. Ruben, can you give us the updates on some of the scores from around the state?
Well, it said Artesia was beating Lovington. No, I have updates on what Clovis has done this year. They beat Farmington 32-27, and then they got beat by Rio Rancho, Cleveland, and Cibola.
Oh, gotcha.
So that's what I had. But
so we did see Las Cruces was beating Oregon Mountain 55-0 at the half.
And they stopped it. Yeah.
And they stopped the game. They said no more of that bleeding.
Yeah. And then I know Clovis Artesia was beating Lovington like 21-7 at the half.
Okay.
And then Hobbs was beating, who was Hobbs playing? I can't remember who Hobbs was playing. But, Alamogordo, they were beating them really bad too.
10 minutes on the clock. Here's Jimenez who gets the snap. Hands this one off to Gutierrez, and he's taken down
Rubio.
Short of the line of scrimmage. Great job there for the Cavemen, and that is number 46,
Juan
Rubio. So good play there. It's going to make it 3rd and 11 for the Wildcats. They switch out some personnel and pull in about 4 new players on this play. But, yeah, the difference between Artesia and Lovington, Ruben, it might not be talent, it's numbers. Artesia has tons of players to switch in and out. Here's Jimenez scrambling to his right. He's going to get hit right away by Colton McKibben, and that is going to be a sack.
That's a big
for
sack.
a huge loss of about 12 yards. It's going to make it 4th and a mile for the Wildcats, and there's no doubt here they're going to punt it. But, Ruben, that's the thing. I mean, Lovington, great talent. They had a quarterback that could run and really just take over a game, but he had to play both sides.
Yeah.
You get exhausted. That's really kind of what it comes down to right there in terms of numbers.
Probably half the number of
Maybe
players.
Artesia's got better players, but it doesn't really matter once you really wear out the other team.
Yeah, that's for sure.
If you're good enough. So 9 minutes, 10 seconds, and it looked like Cavemen wanted to see a return there on the punt from Bobby Castañeda, but he fell as soon as he caught it, looking to turn up field. So his knees hit the ground, and that's going to be a down ball. So that's caught on the 19-yard line. Pretty dang good punt there.
Yeah, it was. I just don't like the call on that, like the for high school football, where if you go to your knees, it's like you should be able to get up and run with the football when nobody touches you.
See, you say that, but that's at any level. Your knee hits the ground, and that's it. You're done.
No,
yes,
not in pros. In pros, if your knee hits the ground, you can get up and run if they don't touch you.
9 minutes, 6 seconds.
Marley
Munoz looked like he was going to scramble and try and throw it downfield, but decides to turn upfield himself and ended up with about 6 yards there. Ruben, I'm thinking about the knee thing. If your knee hits the ground, you kneel the ball. It's the play's over.
No, if they comment
8
on
minutes, 45 seconds on the clock.
I know I'm right, but comment on here if you know for sure.
8 minutes, 36 seconds in the Cavemen. 2nd and 4, 11 points. Cavemen lead, and they're trying to extend that lead back up again. Fakes the handoff to Brock Wright, and he's got plenty of room to run.
Wow.
Munoz has legs, and he can move. So that's an easy first down and some, and it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 40-yard line.
He's running with a lot of confidence right now, Trey.
I think right now the main thing that you want to see from Marley Munoz is ball security. Holding on to that ball. We know that he can get positive yardage. He's great at getting yards on the ground and in the air. It's just a matter of if we get momentum going and you drop the ball, it's hard to continue, winning this ball game. Here's a nice pass on the move. That was to Bobby Castañeda. He makes a nice play. 2 jukes. He ends up with a couple of extra yards on that play, and it looks like he goes down kind of awkward, and he's rolling on the ground. We're going to see the trainers go and tend to him, but a nice play there from Marley Munoz on the run. He has been lethal.
I feel like the defender on that one got him down and then kind of just twisted his leg. So I don't know if it got his knee or what it got, but he's still on the ground.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
sure
tough.
what
You don't want
happened
that
there.
guy out of the game.
No, Castaneda hurt is never a good thing, or anybody hurt,
No.
of course, but tough to see him come out right now. 7 minutes, 46 seconds. Cavemen lead 27-16. The handoff goes to Brock Wright. Wright runs into some defenders, but ends up getting about 7 yards on the play. And it looks like Castaneda's moving around a bit.
No, he's back in there.
Oh, and he's on the field. Okay. So it looks like he's just fine. And Ruben, I mean, I see some of these tackles, and I think that's just a football play. I didn't see anything too malicious on that.
No, I didn't say malicious. I just felt like when he tackled him, it's like he turned his leg when he rolled over. So that might have been what got his.
You were saying he wanted to break his leg.
Yeah,
just kidding.
That's right. MMA
I'm joking.
move.
7 minutes and 5 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Munoz gets the snap. He's got plenty of space to run, and his offensive line gave him time right there. Great play and a first down for the Cavemen, and they are well within field goal range and, of course, in the perfect spot to score in some way here in the third quarter. So right now, again, coach has to be harping on every play. Make sure you hold on to that football. Make sure you take care of that football. It doesn't matter who it is. That's just what needs to happen here when we approach the red zone, just a yard out. Here's the handoff to Brock Wright. Wright going wide to his left, and looked like he had a couple of places to turn up and ends up getting hit right before he does. So he lost about half a yard on that play. So 2nd and 10.
So we're playing fantasy football right now, Trey, and it's going pretty good. What if they did a fantasy football league for like your district in high school?
There's no way.
They couldn't do it?
I don't know if you've seen the allegations right now in gambling for the Green Bay Packers, but I could imagine. Could you imagine a high school kid? You tell him, hey, $20, you go out of bounds on this. That'd be just dangerous. I don't think that's something that should ever happen. But 5 minutes, 50 seconds. Munoz has time. Rolls out to his right, gets it to Castaneda. He's got a few guys to beat, but it looks like he's carrying his momentum into the end zone, and no, he comes up just a hair short. I'm going to say he's probably a foot from the goal. No, they're saying
but
2 yards.
Yeah, the referee's standing at 2 yards, and I don't
like
understand that.
I don't like that placement at all.
No, it's where the ball is when his knee hits the ground, and he was definitely almost in the end zone.
I mean,
So
I thought it was a borderline touchdown.
Yeah.
If not a touchdown, the Cavemen are knocking on the door, but this 2 yard line to me just seems like a wild placement. 5 minutes, 24 seconds here in the third quarter, folks. Cavemen lead 27-16 with 2 yards to go. Looks like they're going to go with a running play here. They give it to Brock Wright. Looks like he had traffic, but if anybody can weave through it, it's him. And again, another weird spot here for the referee.
They called it short?
I thought that was a touchdown for
So
sure. But they're going to spot this one at the 10-yard line. Just kidding.
Yeah.
1 yard line. 4 minutes, 53 seconds here. And the Cavemen still have a few opportunities to get in. They send Jaden Harper out to the left, wide. Bobby Castaneda to the right, just to kind of clear some space. But they're going to push. They did the tush push, Ruben. We don't see it often in high school. But that's exactly what it was. The Philadelphia Eagles special. And it's a touchdown, Cavemen. Looks like it was Marley Munoz who got in.
It executed very well on that play.
4 minutes, 36 seconds left here in the third quarter, and the Cavemen score yet another touchdown. It's 33-16. Cavemen offensively putting together a pretty big night. And right now they lead by 17 points. Cavemen just going to go for that extra point. Here comes the snap. Here it is, and the hold. Kick is good. Looked like there was 100% offsides by Clovis. There was about 2 steps before the snap, and no call there, which is fine. Went well for the Cavemen. But they now lead by 18 points, 34-16, an 18-point lead for this Caveman squad. Folks, we're going to be right back. Stick around. We got more for you. This break brought to you by Eddy County HR, Triple T's Linings, Devon Energy, BES Supply Store, and Albertsons Market.
There's 36.
All right, Ruben. I mean, the Wildcats came out striking first pretty early, and then the Cavemen really decided to take it into their own hands. That drive was impressive. Textbook drive.
Yeah, that was a great drive. They were close to scoring on the last drive, but Clovis took it all the way back, and it looked like Clovis was saying, hey, we're getting back into this game, and the Cavemen kind of silenced their crowd and their team right now with another touchdown. So that's always good.
All right, so it looks like in pros, if your knee hits the ground, you can get up and continue to play until your touchdown. So a kneel, how does that work then? If you kneel it down,
if you kneel it, then that's you're intentionally going, I'm kneeling the ball. But if you catch a ball and you fall down and nobody touches you, you can get up and keep running. So that it's like a slide. You know what I mean? Like if you're not trying to slide, nobody's around you, you can get up and keep running. You know what I mean?
No, you can't. That for sure has to be you slide. Really, that's you giving it up. That's a safety thing. That's not a that. Well, that one is the bad example.
If you do it accidentally, like you just accidentally slid, you're not trying to. But
okay, so
you can tell when a quarterback. Yeah, if you slip, if a quarterback does it, they're doing it for safety reasons and to not get hit.
4 minutes 36 seconds. Here's the kickoff from Annanins. This one goes into the end zone, and that is going to be a touchback. Annanins not short on power in the kicking game, without a doubt. And the Clovis Wildcats starting at the 20-yard line. They're going to need to start really putting together a comeback campaign immediately if they want a chance at this game. The Cavemen, of course, want to make sure and pile it on if they can. Their defense has been solid tonight.
Well, they did a good stop on Jimenez on this last drive. They got to get another stop and secure this win and maybe go down and score one more time just to make sure. Looks like they got 4 receivers, though, or 5.
All right, so Jimenez in the shotgun here, and it looks like there's going to be a false start on offense. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. I didn't see that happen. I think if we go back to the tape, we'd see something the ref saw.
Yeah, maybe.
Looks like we've got people leaving the game tonight already.
That's kind of unusual, huh?
Yeah, when we're winning, it's not as typical, but.
Or maybe it was people that were in the homecoming court and they didn't want to watch football. I don't know.
4 minutes, 36 seconds. Here's a snap to Jimenez. He fakes the handoff, takes it himself, and gets a couple of yards, but it's going to make it 2nd and 13.
Well, I feel like this third quarter has gone by a lot faster than the first quarter.
Second and 12.
So this week was a pretty cool week for activities. You always love to see a homecoming week put together well. I'd say whoever did it, I believe it was student council that put it together, and if that is the case, they did a really great job. The bonfire was a great event. It had food trucks, music, snow cones, a really cool deal. Here's a pass from Jimenez. Gutierrez, and he doesn't get to it. It was about 2 yards too deep on that play, but wow, what a beautiful pass, and he had his defender beat. Gutierrez has been a problem here tonight for the Cavemen. Just every time the ball goes his way, there's something good that happens, and right there, it was dangerous, but luckily for the Cavemen, nothing came of it. Just a bit too deep. But yeah, I mean, the bonfire was a really cool event. Huge bonfire.
Do you know who won the Powder Puff game?
I do not know, but that was a cool event as well. Putting together the Powder Puff game and the boys volleyball game on, I believe, Tuesday.
Yes.
A lot of cool things happening throughout the week. Jimenez drops back. He's got guys to beat. Cavemen jump on him, and that's a sack.
Rubio.
Great play again. Juan Rubio making it tough on this Clovis offense. 4th and a long ways to go, about 4th and 16.
On the play.
Yeah, so the punter's going to be kicking from his own end zone line, from the goal line. So he's got to make sure and get a good snap on the center.
3 minutes, 16 seconds.
Oh,
Punt almost looks like there's going to be some trouble there. This punt is going to bounce up perfectly to Bobby Castañeda. He's at the 45, the 40. He's going to get out at the opposing 35-yard line. So he took it from about 35-yard line to the opposing 35-yard line. Pretty solid return there on a bounce that just kind of popped up right into his hand. Bobby Castañeda, right place, right time lately.
Yeah, that sure was. That punt almost didn't get off, but it looks like, I don't see a penalty flag, but it looks like they're bringing it back. Isaiah Gaitan hit a guy from Clovis pretty solid, and I think they're calling something on it, but I didn't see a flag. Oh, there's a flag. See it on the other side? That's what happened. But yeah, he hit him. I thought it was a clean hit in the face, but maybe the guy turned on him and hit him in the back. It's the only thing I can think of.
34-16, the Cavemen lead. Bobby Castañeda with a really good punt return there, but Cavemen are going to have it back where he initially caught it. So it's going to be spotted at the 36-yard line, the Cavemen 36-yard line.
Looks like illegal block in the back.
And that's what they're going to say,
Yeah.
block in the back there on the Cavemen.
Blindside block.
And a lot of times you might know who the play was called on, but I do like that at the high school level they don't really call out numbers like they do in college and pro. You know, it's more of a team effort. 3 minutes, 1 second on the clock here in the third quarter. Here's the snap. Munoz hands it off to Wright. Wright takes it for about 5 yards. Another solid run for the running back.
Number 44.
Another running back. You know who Brock Wright reminds me of a little bit? Cam Scadaboo a little bit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know if you've seen him lately, but he has been putting his head down and playing the game of football recklessly, but it has worked out for him so far for the New York Giants. It just seems like a fast track, to the danger zone, the way that he plays it. Brock Wright, I think he plays it a bit smarter than the way Scadaboo does with his head all the way down. But, he's looking for contact. He's a big, strong kid. Munoz gets the snap, hands it off to Wright. Wright knocks his own player down and goes and gets a first down. It looks like he knocked down Braden Flores on that play, unfortunately. But it didn't hinder the run at all. Somehow, he ends up with a first down.
Well, I think
And
Flores
Ruben
was trying to tackle him. That's why he knocked him down.
Flores is a big kid, too.
Yeah,
Strong
he is.
kid. So, obviously he did not expect to be right there in the wrong place, but Wright had all the momentum going. 1:53 on the clock. Cavemen at midfield. 1st and 10. They have been efficient on offense right now to start things off. On this drive, they fake the handoff to Wright. Get the pass off to Eloy Lopez, who breaks free of a tackle and ends up with about 4 yards on the play.
That might be his first target tonight.
I think it is. So Eloy Lopez officially on the board tonight for a few yards and a reception. So 1:14 for those of you that have him on your fantasy team.
Yeah.
Got a reception and 4 yards. So I think that once he becomes, more comfortable and integrated in this wide receiving core, it's going to be dangerous because he's good and he's tall.
Well, I mean, when
So
you
they get a pass off to Bobby Castañeda on this play, a nice gain, and it looks like they're going to come up just a yard short of the first down, 3rd and 1.
when you got all these weapons like Castañeda, Hernandez,
Lopez.
Flores, you've got Lopez as a 4th weapon. That's just giving you a lot of options.
It really
on that
is.
offense.
So, and I of course, would love to ask Lopez on how his shoulder is doing. I believe that was the initial issue that put him out for a couple of weeks or a few weeks. So you just never know. Maybe right now still not ready to throw 16 seconds on the clock. They're going to hand this ball off. This one goes to number 10, Steven Latez, getting his first touch of the game. And he's going to get a first down with it, so he's going to use his opportunity well. Steven Latez.
Looks like number 70, Isaiah Gilberry, on the stop.
They got that hurry up offense going.
So 7 seconds here. Cavemen want to get one more playoff before get the offsides from the Wildcats, and we've got some Cavemen that are just flopping down on the ground. I think that's probably what their coach told them. Hey, if you see that false start, or I'm sorry, not false start, if you see that offsides, fall back. So there's no way they can't call something.
Or they can't get back, because you can cross the line of scrimmage on defense and get back.
As long as your guy doesn't move. Yeah. We agree on a rule tonight?
Yeah. You got one right, Trey.
34 to 16. Learning. The Cavemen lead by 18 points with just 12 minutes remaining on the game. Here in the fourth quarter, we got a full fourth quarter remaining. All right, got some Soulja Boy going right here. It's funny because it's throwback night, but I think 2000 was long before Soulja Boy came out. I think Soulja Boy was probably something like 2007 maybe.
Yeah, somewhere close.
So it's crazy to think. But 7 years is a long time.
Yeah.
You guys in the comments, let us know, when did Soulja Boy become popular? That had to be 2007, 2008? No, it was during my high school time, but anyways. All right, we're going to get things started here. Here in the fourth quarter, Cavemen lead 34 to 16.
First and 5 now, Cavemen.
And the Cavemen trying to get a score going. Soulja Boy came out in 2007, we just found out, so that's good. Good guess. Here's a pass over the top, over the middle to Bobby Castañeda for a first down, and right away in the fourth quarter, Cavemen moving that ball, moving those chains. Cavemen first down. Video board working overtime tonight. Got a lot of cool graphics. A big shout out to the video board team, putting all of those videos and pictures up on the screen. They do a really good job, so I want to give a shout out to them.
Yeah, if you've got Brock Wright or Bobby Castañeda on your fantasy football team, you're doing okay tonight.
You're doing good. You're doing good. All right, so here comes the snap to Munoz. He's going to roll out to his right. Looks like he's looking downfield. Found a guy. That's Eloy Lopez for a first down, but there's a flag on the play.
It was in the back.
Unfortunately.
Might be holding. It looks like it's coming back.
So Munoz, Ruben, we've seen when Munoz drops back and plants, he can throw the football about a mile. But when he's moving, rolling out to his right or his left, he's not just one-dimensional in that aspect. He is still able to be accurate and launch a football. So come by a quarterback that can do all of those things. He's one of those guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing how he develops going into, the rest of this year and his senior year.
Yeah.
But yes, it is a holding call, and it's going to bring the Cavemen back. It's going to make it 1st and 20 on the 30-yard line.
1st and 20 now for Cavemen.
Let's just give him a little more field to work with. That's what it looks like to me. Got 4 receivers out, 2 on the right, 2 on the left.
Munoz gets the snap, looks upfield. He's going to get hit. And that's going to be a sack for a 10-yard loss. Going to make it 2nd and 30 on the 40-yard line. So the Cavemen just continue to push things back.
Well, he got in there. The offensive line just didn't hold that guy in, Jordan Parrish, and he came in a hurry and didn't let Marley get the pass off.
An 18-point lead for this Caveman squad with 10 minutes remaining. So this game still far from over, but a touchdown here for the Cavemen would really give them a little bit of a comfort level that we haven't had at all this year.
That's for sure.
If they have won a game, it has not been by much. Here's a nice play here for the Cavemen, a running play by Brock Wright. And with all his momentum, he put his head down and rammed into a kid, but ends up with about, I don't know, 25 yards on that play. I mean, wow, what a play.
I feel like
Brock Wright.
I feel like he put his head down and the guy got out of the way because he went kind of like
straight down.
Yeah, he went flying. But it's going to be 3rd and what, 6, 7?
Yeah, I think it's 3rd and 7 right here. And yeah, right there, what had happened was Marley Munoz dropped back like he was going to pass it, and on his back foot, he kind of handed it off.
Like a draw play. Yeah.
Nice play there by the Cavemen, and Brock Wright took advantage of the open right side of the field. So here's the snap, and they're going to do a screen pass over to Bobby Castañeda. He's going to get plenty of yards here for a first down and end up on the 5-yard line. So the Cavemen, again, knocking on the door of that end zone. They're going to be 1st and goal on the 5-yard line.
I feel like they're finding lots of new ways to use Bobby Castañeda in the offense, which is a smart thing because he's a playmaker for sure.
He is. He's a playmaker. He's athletic, and he's pretty savvy with the ball in his hands too.
Yeah.
We saw a couple of juke moves that had resulted in the Wildcats kind of trying to find him. 9 minutes, 50 seconds. Munoz under center for one of the rare times of the night. They hands it off to Brock Wright, who just pushes through, gets a first down, 5-yard rushing touchdown for Brock Wright. So his 2nd touchdown of the night.
That's sick how they got him on the scoreboard like that.
Just a beast of a running back for the Carlsbad Cavemen. Ruben, the Cavemen have generated some really good running backs over the past few years. A couple of them come to mind. Yuli Mendoza was really good. Eli AC, with all the speed that he had, he was really good. I know I'm missing a lot of names here. You guys, please put in the comments some of the best running of the Cavemen. Brock Wright comes to mind for sure.
Well, I'll bring up
to me because he has been super good for the Cavemen this year.
I'll bring up Travis Gates, who was a stud running back, and that was the team that went to the championship, right?
It is. There's actually about a 2-hour documentary on that team on YouTube.
Oh, really?
If you ever want to watch it, it's crazy. I just kind of skimmed through it, and you see like interviews with some of those kids, and you know that it had to be a lot harder back then to get all that. So these kids aren't media trained the way that kids are now. It looks like there's a offsides call here on the extra point against Clovis. But yeah, I mean, there's not media training. Now, if you put a camera phone in front of a kid, it's not their first rodeo.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? They've probably had it done 100 times before then, even if they're just taking a selfie. But back then, you put a camera in front of somebody, it's a whole different ball game. You know, it's a foreign language.
Yeah. Yeah, they're nervous as heck. They may not even talk to you. But
right.
Yeah,
I mean, they did a really good job on it. I went and watched some of the interviews, and I was like, wow, these kids are really well-spoken for never being on camera. And here's a extra point attempt again. This one is good. So they put field goal up on the video board, but nice extra point there for the Cavemen. 41-16. Carlsbad Cavemen representing Ralph Boyer Stadium well tonight with the home field advantage. Home field advantage really being the homecoming crowd. They're feeling the energy and the vibes. And right now, 41-16, the Cavemen in one of the rare lopsided games in their favor. We've seen a lot of close games this year, and the 2 wins they have were not blowouts by any means. So tonight, kind of a nice, refreshing change.
So those of you that are interested, the Cavemen are on the road the next 2 weeks. They'll go to Las Cruces to play Oregon Mountain next Friday night, and then they'll play Alamogordo the following Friday. So they've got 2 road games in a row before hosting Las Cruces on the 24th, 2 weeks later.
Is it just me, or did we skip a bye week? We never had a bye week.
Yeah, we
this
do
year?
right here. The 17th. That's the bye week.
There we go. So October 17th, Cavemen will get a little bit of a break before coming home, and that'll be nice for them to kind of just get a breather on that week.
Which I think
that's
their
a
last home
nice.
game.
I think that's a nice bye week to have. You know, some teams. I mean, I don't know how it is in high school in terms of New Mexico's, bye weeks, and if they're staggered or if it's all everybody's doing it on October 17th. But in, pros in college, they're kind of just staggered throughout the year. But here's the kickoff from Lennon Annanens. This one's going to be caught at the 5-yard line. Here's the return. He's at the 30-yard line. Pretty solid return there for Clovis.
Yeah.
That one was by number 83 for the Wildcats, Naziah Curry. And he takes it to what is spotted at about the 32-yard line.
Let's see. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 7 teams total in our district. So that's why there's a bye week, because there's odd number of teams. So if I think 4 teams or 6 teams, then there probably wouldn't be a bye week.
I think you still have to give a bye week every year, right? Have we ever not had a bye week? I think we do.
I guess that's a
every time.
Cal Sanders question then.
9 minutes, 37 seconds, folks, as Clovis tries to put together an offensive run of their own. Here comes Jimenez, throws it across his body to the left side, and this is going to be a first down for Clovis right away. Nice play there. Well, they didn't see who made the catch on that one. I think it was Ochoa, the running back, who went out for a pass there and made the play. So Jimenez that took a step towards his right and kind of did like a jump pass going backwards the other way. Not an easy play to make. Good athletic play by Jimenez. So 9 minutes, 13 seconds. Here comes the snap, the handoff to Ochoa right down the middle, and he's going to get about 3-4 yards on that play. 9 minutes, and Clovis is going to need to start speeding things up in their attempt for a comeback here.
If you're just joining us, it's 41-16, Cavemen leading the Clovis Wildcats.
So tonight, pretty solid night here. 77 degrees here in Carlsbad. Here's a pass up downfield to Gutierrez. They're going to call this a pass interference, but
that's a bad call.
That is going to be rough. That was on Lennon Annanens. Looked like a pretty clean play there. Both kind of going for the ball, but I'm going to say pass interference, but we'll see what the call is here.
I'm sure that's what it is, but he wasn't looking at the ball, which he should have turned his head. Oh, he waved it off. So that's good.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was kind of incidental contact when the ball got there. It wasn't like he hit him early to keep him from catching it. The only thing I feel like Annans did wrong was he didn't turn to try to find the ball. He just stayed on the receiver, but he didn't make contact till the ball got there.
8 minutes, 32 seconds. Still a flag on the field, though. And unfortunately, there is not a mic system.
We have unsportsmanlike conduct
Oh, dang.
on the Cavemen.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Cavemen here. So that was the second flag. But that's going to give Clovis the first down, and they're going to move up 10 yards. It's going to be 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 8 minutes, 32 seconds here in the fourth quarter. The wind blowing against the Wildcats right now, blowing north. So the official still kind of trying to put things in his notebook, I believe. 8 minutes, 32 seconds. Here comes the snap. Jimenez rolls to his right, puts a ball up to Gutierrez, and he's going to go in for an easy touchdown down the middle. So on the move, Jimenez taking a page out of Marley Munoz's book and rolling out and making his passes that way on the move. And Gutierrez has been unstoppable when he has the ball in his hands, and right there, another touchdown for the Wildcats. It's going to make it 22 points, and we know that they're likely going to go for a 2-point conversion here. Still the same setup.
Same format.
Wow. So interesting here. A little bit different, actually. One center, and they're going to snap the ball to the left, and they're going to get stopped. So no 2 points on this one. Good job.
That's a little different
by the Cavemen defense to stop that one. That one was a little bit different, but 41-22, the Cavemen hold their lead pretty strong, but not without Clovis putting up a fight. Guys, we're going to be back here in just a moment. Stick around. This break brought to you by Intrepid Potash, Wendy's, Western Commerce Bank, R360 Environmental Solutions, The Laundry Basket, B&B Welding, and XL Energy. All right, folks, a 19-point lead from the Cavemen. They've continuously held on to a pretty strong lead, from the second quarter on. Ruben, what have you seen from this Cavemen team that maybe has been different from the last couple of weeks?
Well, I feel like, of course, their defense is their defense. They've been solid. They've only given up a couple of big plays. That one big run by Jimenez, that one pass that kind of was wide open. Other than that, I feel like their defense has been, as it's been all year, pretty solid. But their offense has gotten a little more creative, and it's like they opened up the playbook, and they just seem like they're playing with a lot more confidence.
I love that word, creative, because that's exactly what it looks like tonight. The Cavemen have done some things a little bit differently, and we've seen more of the green light to Marley Munoz than we've ever seen, at least this year, from the quarterback position, being able to roll out, make some passes, and do his thing. Here comes the kickoff. This one, a short pop-up to the Cavemen, and they're just going to go ahead and call this one for a fair catch. That one was caught by number 20, Damian Valencia. 8 minutes, 25 seconds here in the fourth quarter, and the Cavemen lead 41-22.
You know what? I feel like I haven't heard Ty Young's name been called tonight. I don't know if he's hurt or if they just haven't called his number, but usually he's that guy right there in the middle of the field.
Right, and he's dangerous when he's there.
He doesn't do the fair catch thing. He goes for it.
And I have not seen, you're right, I have not seen him here tonight, so hopefully he's okay. All right, 8 minutes, 25 seconds. On the clock here in the game remain. Marley Munoz gets the snap, hands it off to Brock Wright. Wright doing what Brock Wright does. Runs the right way. Boom. Hey, is that his new catchphrase? We're going to put that on a shirt?
Yeah, we can put that on a shirt. We got to patent it, though.
6 yards on that play. Second and 4 for the Cavemen. They're sending out 3 receivers out right. Braden Flores, RJ Hernandez, and I believe Bobby Castaneda out there as well.
Yeah, you have
Jaden Harper on the left side, and they're going to hand it off to Brock Wright again. Beasts through for another first down.
Yeah, he's just making that look easy. And you'd think at this point in the game, after getting probably, 25 to 30 carries and probably 150 yards, that he would be getting a little tired. I feel like he's just making the defense tired.
Exactly. He's just getting started, it looks like. 7 minutes, 33 seconds. Cavemen offense continuing to push the ball upfield. Every opportunity they have turned the ball over a couple times tonight, which is something that, obviously they want to harp on this week. But here's Marley Munoz, who got the snap and just took off like a Wildcat offense, and would be a first down, but there is a flag on the play, so we'll see.
Holding.
And it's going to be holding against the Cavemen offense, so it's going to bring them back. Nice play there by Munoz, but a holding call keeps the Cavemen from moving forward. Seven minutes, 12 seconds on the clock here in the fourth quarter, folks. Ruben, as we move through, football season, we see pro football, college football, and high school football. It still gets me pretty fired up about basketball season starting up, and of course the playoff season for baseball coming up here in a couple of weeks. Exciting to see that. We talked about Trevor Rogers and the year he had.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Orioles were horrendous this year, so they won't be making it to the playoffs. But Oriole Player of the Year, Trevor Rogers, that's a great title to have, and he's got to get a contract, right?
Oh, for sure. I think that's the first thing you do as an Oriole.
All right, here's a play from Marley Munoz. A nice pitch to Brock Wright. Hurdles a player. Looks like there's a flag down on the play.
That might be it if he wasn't on the ground.
I don't think so. I think the flag was away from that play. But yeah, like you said, it could be about the hurdle. Apparently the rule is you can only hurdle a guy if he's on the ground or close. Right there, I think if a guy gets low enough for you to hurdle him, it should be open game. I think it's just they want to protect the runner as well from, making decisions like that, coming down and hurting themselves. But
well, they're definitely talking about it, and they're not sure what they're going to do.
I mean, that you kind of take out one of the more exciting. You kind of take out one of the more exciting plays of the game of football when you get you pull out the hurdles. But okay, so it looks like the referees are discussing this for a while, and they started playing the
Jeopardy song?
The Jeopardy song. Yeah. I don't know if it warranted that already. It wasn't that long.
I know,
visit.
But it was.
It's becoming
now
one now.
Yeah,
because
now they're like, okay,
they can't hear because they can't hear because of the Jeopardy song. 6 minutes 38 seconds.
Holding. Carlsbad.
41-22. Another holding call against the Cavemen.
Backs them up to first and 26, 27, quite a bit.
That's a deep first down for sure. So here comes the Cavemen offense once again, but they've been able to pull this clock down to 6 minutes and 35 seconds with a solid lead. They've got Flores in motion. Munoz drops back, makes a defender miss, a second defender miss. He's going to go ahead and take this one on his own. He's going to get about 8 yards on that play. Solid play there for Munoz when it looked like he very well could have gotten sacked for a loss. Ended up making positive yardage in a big way, about 8-yard gain right there. So it makes it 2nd and 14 for the Cavemen.
Yeah, that's definitely a nice play on Munoz because, he definitely looked like he was going to get sacked in the backfield.
5 minutes, 52 seconds. And, I mean, what a nice night for Cavemen football here at Ralph Boyer Stadium. The club, which is what they call the field house, looks nice, lit up. The $19 million facility for the Cavemen.
We can remember last year, it looked like it was never going to get finished.
It did feel that way.
There was a ladder in there for
Here's
2
Munoz
months.
trying to scramble out. He's got a guy to beat. He's going to get yanked down. And he's going to get sacked for a loss of about the 8 yards that he just gained. Going to get pushed back once again. So 5 minutes, 12 seconds. And right there, he really had very little time in the backfield before he was met with the defender.
Yeah, 34, Jordan Parrish got in there pretty quick and took away a lot of the options for Munoz.
He's been giving the Cavemen a little bit of trouble here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
4 minutes, 50 seconds. Cavemen take on the Oregon Mountain Knights in Las Cruces on this upcoming Friday. So here comes the snap. Munoz rolling out right. There's another flag on the play. It looks like no, it's going to be a timeout for the Cavemen. So we're going to take a quick break and be right back, folks. This break brought to you by Pizza Inn, Easy Rentals, Skeen Furniture, Southeast Ready Mix, and Milton's Brewing.
Clear.
So, again, I mean, here tonight looks like the Wildcats a bit frustrated. Saw one of their players throw their helmet on the ground just now, but I mean, Cavemen have had all the right answers tonight offensively, with the exception of a couple of turnovers. I think a couple of fumbles.
Yeah, pretty respectable point total for the Cavemen, though, 41 points. That's probably the most, or tied for the most they've had all season. But, yeah, that just gives them a little confidence going into a couple of road games in the next 2 weeks.
Exactly. That always kind of creeps up on you when you have back-to-backs on the road, or, of course, more, which some teams we've seen. I mean, we saw the Cave Girls soccer team go on 3 straight road trips in a row with Cruces. I think it was Cruces, Albuquerque Cruces, or something like that, for multiple games and tournaments. So some of these kids really go on some long road streaks. Here's Munoz. He drops back, decides to take it himself. He's going to look like he's going to get a first down here. Puts his helmet down to power through. But, Ruben, that's something you really don't want to see out of your quarterback. You don't want to see him go down. He's been very good. He's had himself a great night, but you start to see the quarterback turn into a running back. That's when you start running into possible injuries. And I'm not, saying that's what's going to happen, but you just want to see, if you're a coach, you're kind of nervous about that play right there.
Yeah. It's okay to do it once in a while because you think, okay, they'd probably be okay. But if you get to do it too often, then you can be like RG3, where you can become accident prone. So you got to protect the quarterback, especially as well as he's been doing. Oh, there's a high snap.
So bad snap there, and Munoz going to run and jump on this one for a big loss. So he was just able to get the first down, and then Cavemen right back in that scenario of a second and long ways to go. But with 3 minutes and 50 seconds, the Cavemen have this game in the bag. They're just trying to put this game to rest, really.
Yeah, you don't want to give up any more scores, and it'd be nice to get one more score just to do it. But yeah, they've got a long ways to go just to get to the first down marker now. What is that? 10, 20, about 32 yards.
All right, so we have seen the Cavemen really fight back from all of these scenarios. Now you're kind of putting into practice some of these different plays with, huge deficits like this, like the second and 30 on the video board, and that right there about a 3-yard gain. So it's 3rd and 27. But you put yourself in these situations, obviously not on purpose, but it's lessons that you got to kind of learn from. So the Cavemen, we're going to see what they can do on 3rd and 27. The clock is running, so it's 2 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock. Time is ticking in the Cavemen. That's kind of working in the Cavemen's favor, obviously.
Yeah, and Clovis is okay with letting the clock run out. I think they'd like to get the ball back, but if not, they're okay.
Munoz drops back. He's got a little bit of time, but he's taken down. Another sack. And just had not seen any targets that he liked. He tried to escape a couple of times. He was successful on the first escape, but a couple of defenders came and got him.
And to me, I'm okay with that play because you're not throwing the ball into the defender's hands and getting a turnover and all that
right
stuff. You go ahead and go to 4th down, let this clock run down a little bit more, and then punt it away, let Clovis have a few plays and finish the game off.
I will say it's kind of a respectful way to go about this fourth quarter from the Wildcats. They know they're down by enough points where you really can't come back. They're not using any of their 3 timeouts in this scenario that they were probably holding on to in the third quarter, thinking if we can score, another touchdown by this time, we'll start trying to really navigate this game. But they're not doing that right now because they know this game is over. So, folks, we're going to be right back here in just a moment as the Cavemen take another timeout. This break brought to you by Stevens Inn, Tate Branch Autoplex, CNB Bank. Stick around.
Clear.
All right, folks. Again, we appreciate you for checking in and checking out the show, checking out the broadcast. Want some more content, go to All Sports Best on YouTube and check out the Coaches Show. Came out earlier this week and every week on game weeks. We get Coach Sanders on the show to talk to us about some of the things that went down, play calls, mistakes, things they worked on, and preparation for the upcoming week as well. The Macarena blasting on the speakers tonight, Ruben.
It's a legendary song for
It
sure.
is. When do you think that song came out? Was that was that closer to 2000?
I would say so.
Okay.
I would say probably 1997. I'm just going to guess.
It's a 90s song. Okay. What came out first, the YMCA or
YMCA is way
really?
earlier. Yeah,
is it old?
That was
that
80s. Old? Yeah.
Okay. A minute 38. Here's the snap, and the punt is off. This one got a good bounce, and the Cavemen not able to bring down the runner right there. Good play there by Juan Rubio, who slung the returner out of bounds.
Juan Rubio on the stop.
And that's going to put the Wildcats at about the 33-yard line. Minute 30 on the clock.
Okay, YMCA came out in, I don't even have it on here. Okay, so the other song, Macarena, came out in 1993.
Okay. Oh, that's way before 2000. Then.
78 was YMCA.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's throwback for sure. Minute 27, here's Jimenez rolling out to his right. Caveman defenders just passed him, and he's able to go and get yardage. So looks like he's going to come up short of the first down, but solid 8-yard gain. They're going to spot this one as a 9-yard gain, actually. But yeah, I mean, we haven't seen Ty Young much in this game at all. Number 12, and it might just be, not seeing it, but I have not seen him on the sideline either, trying to look for him. Haven't seen him, so we'll have to ask about Ty Young to see if he's okay.
Got a lot of questions for the coach this week.
Yes, we do. So here's a play for the Wildcats. They're going to put this one on the ground, and it's going to be enough for a first down.
They got a timeout for Clovis.
So timeout Clovis. So they will use a timeout here. Why? No telling. Maybe they just wanted to get maybe a second team in there or something like that. But 44 seconds on the clock, folks. If you watched up to this point, we appreciate it. And congratulations to the Cavemen on their 3rd win of the year. Can the Cavemen reach that 500 thresh mark? What do you call it?
Yeah, threshold.
Okay. Or can they surpass it? Could they end up with 6 possible wins this year? From my understanding, so we beat Lovington was our first win. No, I'm sorry. Goddard was our first win. Lovington, our second win. 3rd win against Clovis. Oregon Mountain next week. Definitely a winnable game. Alamogordo, a winnable game. So that could be 5 wins right there. Las Cruces this year, a powerhouse, and Hobbs looking really good as well. So those will be tough matchups. But when you see Carlsbad lose to Centennial by 1 point, I feel like
you have a chance.
At least you always know, hey, yeah, exactly, you have a chance. Here's a rollout to the right for Jimenez. He finds his receiver, but it is dropped right there in plain sight. Kaiden Everett can't come up with the catch there, and it's going to be an incomplete pass and stop the clock. 41 seconds here remain. Cavemen still leading by 19 points. And now we're starting to see people heading out try and beat traffic, and you can't blame them there.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's been a good night for the Cavemen, a good night for homecoming, the whole 9 yards. Some of those girls will be able to take their corsages off and probably, drop about 10 pounds off their body.
Oh, yeah, there's some big ones out there that probably have, like, teddy bears and lights and all of that stuff all over them. It's wild. And it looks like we're going to get a delay of game on the Wildcats, which usually I'd say, whatever, but the clock wasn't running, so it does slow the game down more. In a game where Cavemen could be starting their recovery process and looking at a game ahead against Oregon Mountain. Ruben, the last time we checked, you said Oregon Mountain got stomped by Las Cruces 55-0, right?
Yeah.
Run ruled, essentially. Mercy ruled.
Mm-hmm.
41 seconds on the clock. Here's the snap to Jimenez. He drops back. makes a pass. That one's caught. And he's knocked out of bounds after the catch. Nice play there. That one went again to number 83, Naziah Curry.
Wildcat first down.
Curry became a weapon a little bit in the second half.
Yeah, he's had
For
a few
Clovis.
catches, yeah.
So 36 seconds remaining. Cavemen look good this week. This week they had the throwback helmets, just numbers on their on the sides of their helmets. No Cavemen logo or anything like that. They were paying homage to that 2000 team that went to the state championship. And that was the same design they had. Here's the pass here from Jimenez. He gets it over to Ochoa, I believe. And he's taken down, and that's going to likely do it, possibly do it. No, they're going to stop the clock on this play.
Unless it was a timeout. I don't understand why they stopped
Why
it.
that is, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
And it's
they
a
called it
timeout for Clovis. So right when we said, Ruben, that they were going to do the classy thing and let this game run out, they started calling timeouts.
You know what they thought? You know what? We're close enough. Let's go for the end zone to try to get another score. I don't know if that's him or not, but does that look like Cason Perez on the sidelines over here? Seeing the gray shirt?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. I think he redshirted this year, is what I
No,
heard.
for Nimi.
Yeah, from Mimi. So
Hey, you know what's cool about that? He's got something to look forward to. Diego Pavia,
yeah,
probably one of the biggest names in college football,
For
played
sure.
at Nimi and had a huge career after that. I guess he had to have had a really good year there because he went to New Mexico State out of Nimi, had 2 phenomenal seasons, one of the best seasons we've seen in the last 30 years for New Mexico State. I think he got 10 wins at New Mexico State, not easy to do. And then he went to Vanderbilt and became a millionaire.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy because he's like in his 7th year of college now.
He is.
Yeah.
He's in his 6th year, but he's eligible for 7th.
Yeah.
And so
And he's petitioning for the next one.
for the next 5. 25 seconds on the clock. Jimenez finds his receiver right away, gets this one off, and he's going to get taken down at the 15-yard line. He got that one over to Kaiden Everett. So 19 seconds,
call
and of
another
course,
timeout.
Clovis using their final timeout to make everybody upset, possibly. I don't know if that's the goal, but it's feeling like it is. So we appreciate you guys for listening to the show, guys. The broadcast brought to you by a lot of great sponsors here in Carlsbad. All Sports Best can be found on social media on all platforms. Go check out the onside kick that Lennon Annanens pulled last week that resulted in a Caveman touchdown. Join the debate on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And I don't know, it was a fun debate. Lots of comments, especially on Facebook, that got the conversation stirring on whether that should have been a legal touchdown or not. Whatever side you're on, it was definitely one of the cooler plays we've ever seen, regardless of it being, official or not, or officially correct. The 19 seconds. Clovis coming back out.
Down 41-22 with, like you said, 19 seconds left in the game.
Jimenez gets the snap, drops back. Tries to take off on his own. He does. Will he get into the end zone? He does. So they're going to score one more time. It's going to make it 29 points for the Wildcats. It's going to be 41-29. 28, I'm sorry. And I'm sure they're going to go for a 2-point conversion just to practice.
So do you think they don't have a kicker? I mean, because they haven't even
They do have a kicker. We see him kick off.
No, but like a field goal kicker.
Like just not somebody they're comfortable with. Maybe not.
He doesn't do it under pressure. I don't know. But
maybe not. We haven't seen it.
Of course, we were up 14-0 when we started. So maybe that's what their way of, coming back instead of going for one. So they're going to do that same crazy play again. So let's see how it happens this time.
All right. So they've got one center, one quarterback, and he's going to roll out and get taken down. Bad play there on a 2-point conversion attempt. But, basically you take out your entire team for that play.
Yeah.
You almost feel like, why don't you just send 3 guys out there? Maybe because it's illegal to do?
Well, if you sent 3 guys out there, then the other team could still have 11, so you're stopping them with 11 guys.
But that's what they just did. basically. I think they had like 7 guys on those 3 dudes.
Yeah, that might be one where
So-
you get it out to the outside again.
Guys, before we finish off this game, let's take a quick break. It's brought to you by Capitan Energy, Genesis Endeavors, Latienda Thriftway. We'll be right back.
So what do you think, Trey? Onside kick?
Clear.
Yeah, I think why not? If you're Clovis, you just try and practice something different. And it looks like Millar is trying to get his team in a different formation. He's going to the playbook, changing things up.
All
moving
hands team?
Exactly. Just trying to see what he can do. Of course, this was a game where you thought maybe the Cavemen can really kind of get a solid breakaway win, and Clovis just really never went away. So, yes, the Cavemen will come out on top without a doubt, winning this game. However, instead of winning it by what felt like it was going to be 19 or more points, this is a 13-point difference here. And I'm not sure how far points matter when it comes to, playoff contention, but I think it does come down to the wire at the end. If there's, the last team trying to look in,
Right.
you're looking at points, differentials, etc., points allowed. So, all right, guys, we're going to be back here in just a moment on this last final timeout for the Cavemen for just a moment. So stick around. We got more for you. This wasn't even.
Clear.
So we got some interesting video board content.
If you want to call it
I'm not recognizing it, so I'm not
you
sure what
you
that
didn't
was.
make that one, huh?
No. 41 to 28.
3 seconds.
All right, so Cavemen trying to make sure that they secure this ball at the end of the game. At this point, this is all just practice, like game speed practicing. That one we did. All right, here comes the kick, and this is an onside, and it looks like Cavemen jump on it. They had Marley Munoz out there to get that one. That's
That's a
an
little
interesting
crazy.
move to have a quarterback.
Hey, that's the all hands team, and something
He
like
is
that
athletic.
is kind of cool because it's like if he's kicking it short of the 10 yards, those guys are expecting to go 10 yards. So if you go and jump on it quick, then it stops the any kind
What'd
of
be
momentum.
cool is if he would have jumped and then somehow caught himself before he fell and then just took it to the house.
Yeah, if you have him on your fantasy team, that would be the thing to do. What the heck do we have on the scoreboard now? Fish?
Who knows? So at some colleges, they use their video board or their jumbotrons to like distract the other team when they're kicking field goals.
Oh,
They'll
really?
put like pictures on there that are funny. So if you caught it out of the corner of your eye, you'd think it's funny or interesting or weird. And that's kind of the goal for this week. And definitely weird, definitely funny. So Cavemen come out with a win after the final kneel from Marley Munoz. 41 to 28. The Cavemen take it. We're going to be back for the post-game show here in just a moment. Stick around. We got more for you.
Clear.
All right, guys. So the Cavemen end up with a district win here, their first district win. And this gives them their third win overall. Obviously, a huge, pivot in the right direction. So now they are 3-3 on the season with an opportunity to go 500 or better on the year based on what we saw offensively, both from the quarterback position. The wide receiver core was really good tonight, and Brock Wright was an absolute beast. Nothing that we didn't expect to come from Brock Wright.
Yeah, for sure. He did what he does and does it well. And the rest of the receiving core did a great job. And of course, Marley Munoz, can't say enough about him.
Exactly. All right. So, folks, we're going to wait for that post-game show here in this next couple of seconds. Get that rocket, and then we'll get out of here. Cavemen came up. And all right, folks, if you're listening on Carlsbad Radio, we appreciate you for sticking around. The Cavemen get their third victory of the year, their first district win on the season. 41-28. Cavemen looking good. The offense tonight, Ruben, led by Brock Wright, who was just an absolute monster on the ground. Nothing that we don't ever expect. He has been phenomenal all year long. But Ruben, I think one of the big standouts tonight, besides the couple of fumbles that happened offensively, it was the quarterback position. Marley Munoz has really come into this position with comfort and an athleticism that we have not seen in the last couple of weeks.
For sure. Yeah, he's just getting more comfortable back there, and he's just finding the weapons that are just seem to get better and better. I mean, you can't say enough about Bobby Castañeda, who just makes it look so easy from the receiving position.
Absolutely. Cavemen coaching staff getting creative tonight as well. Trick play that ended up scoring for the Cavemen and other things like that, taking risks. And if that is what they're going to do, guarantee you the city of Carlsbad will be behind them when they're putting up points on the board. Folks, thanks for listening. Sports Best, Trey and Ruben, alongside Red Rocket Media, putting on the video feed tonight on Facebook and YouTube for you guys. And of course, a big shout out to 96.3 FM for airing this on the radio. Have a great night.